Becoming attractive isn't just about outward appearance, it's about the principles by which you live. You need not only to look confident, sexy, and intriguing, but also to believe that you are beautiful and act accordingly. Whether you are walking down the street or stopping to chat for a moment, if done correctly, everyone within your vicinity will soon think you are attractive. If you want to learn how to become more appealing, consider following these 12 principles to get started. "12 Habits of a Stoic." Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that still resonates deeply in the modern world, teaches us that the foundation of our happiness lies in accepting the reality of our circumstances. This wisdom is encapsulated in the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle guides us away from being swayed by fleeting desires or burdened by the concerns of daily challenges, urging us instead to focus on what we can control. The essence of Stoicism revolves around two pivotal questions. How can we lead a fulfilling life, and how can we grow into our best selves? It suggests that we are born with a purpose, and our primary task in life is to hone our virtues and fulfill this innate mission. In line with this, there are 12 Stoic habits that, if adopted, promise not only to enhance your attractiveness in a subtle yet profound way, but also to elevate your character. Here are 12 Stoic habits that you must adopt immediately after watching this video. 1. Master your life. In a world that seldom pauses, the allure of a Stoic man, one who moves silently yet profoundly, resonates deeply with those who encounter him. The Stoic man doesn't need to shout to be heard or disrupt to be noticed. His presence is felt through his actions and the calm he exudes in chaos. As Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once articulated, "Was no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This directive encapsulates the essence of silently attractive qualities, steering us towards habits that not only enrich our lives but also make us irresistibly engaging to others. The foremost habit of such a man is mastering his life. It's a profound yet straightforward concept. You hold the reins of your destiny. Every outcome you experience sprouts from the seeds of your decisions. This understanding is fundamental, yet many find it a bitter pill to swallow. It's far easier to attribute our misfortunes to external forces, economic downturns, the indifference of others, or the perennial lack of time. Yet these are often veils that shroud our accountability. Consider this. An individual may blame poor metabolism or genetic predispositions for obesity. A broken heart may be attributed to another's coldness, and a lost job might be pinned on corporate decisions. But is this the complete truth? The Stoic teaches us to look inward. By acknowledging that we sculpt our fate through every choice and action, we gain immense power, the power to mold, to change, and to ultimately prosper. If there are aspects of your life that displease you, you have the agency to transform them. This principle isn't just about self-improvement, it's about reclaiming your narrative and crafting a life that reflects your truest aspirations. The Stoic attractiveness lies not in overt displays, but in quiet confidence and the serene acceptance of personal responsibility. In embracing this, you become a beacon of strength and reliability in a world that is often unpredictable. Your silent allure becomes a narrative of empowerment, inspiring not just yourself but also those around you to rise above the transient and aim for the eternal. By weaving these principles into the modern hustle, where distractions abound and responsibilities can weigh heavily, we find a timeless relevance in Stoic philosophy. It encourages us not merely to navigate through life, but to chart a course that is both purposeful and reflective, turning everyday challenges into stepping stones for growth and fulfillment. Therefore, let us stride forward, not with noisy declarations, but with purposeful silence and Stoic resolve. After all, in the calm of our decisions lies our true power and inherent attractiveness, echoing the wise words of another Stoic, Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In embodying this philosophy, we do not merely exist, we thrive, and in our thriving, we attract. 2. Focus on what you can control. In our journey through life, the concept of silent attractiveness resonates deeply with the Stoic teachings. Stoicism, after all, isn't just about handling what life throws at us. It's about cultivating an inner magnetism that comes from being in control of ourselves. Let's talk about one critical aspect: focusing on what you can control. Winifred Crane Weigel beautifully encapsulated this with her adaptation of the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This profound statement sets the stage for understanding the dual nature of our experiences, those aspects of life we have power over and those we do not. Consider for a moment that you're stuck in traffic, a situation familiar yet frustrating to many. It's easy to feel annoyed, to wish you could magically clear the road. However, this scenario is beyond your control, much like the weather, other people's thoughts, or the unpredictable events of life. Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus from these externalities to the internal, our responses, thoughts, actions, and beliefs. What if, instead of fuming about the traffic, you chose to listen to a podcast, reflecting on how you can utilize this time productively? This switch in perspective isn't just a minor change, it's a radical realignment of our energies from futile resentment towards proactive and positive action. This principle is all about conservation of energy. Your emotional and mental resources are precious. Why drain them on the unchangeable? Imagine you're at work, and a project doesn't go as planned because of factors outside your control. You could spend hours wishing things were different, or you could take a deep breath and focus on your next steps, your future strategies. It's here that Stoicism doesn't just apply to personal peace, but becomes a practical methodology for professional and emotional success. Now ask yourself, what are the areas in your life where you've been misdirecting your efforts towards the unchangeable? What could you achieve if that energy was redirected? Engaging with these questions not only deepens your understanding, but transforms your approach to life's challenges. Let's distill this into a lesson you can carry forward. Each day, strive to recognize what's within your sphere of influence and what isn't. Act with intention where you can make an impact, and cultivate peace with what you can't alter. This approach will not only increase your effectiveness but enhance your charisma through a calm, composed demeanor that naturally draws others to you. You become silently attractive, not by trying to be noticed, but by embodying the serenity and confidence that comes from knowing and mastering your domain of control. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of our community. Please feel free to share your story or personal impressions. Alternatively, if you're unsure of what to say, simply leave a comment saying, "I am a newbie" if you've just joined us, or "I am Stoic" if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also serves as a significant motivation for us. All right, let's continue this journey together, shall we? 3. Take action. In the quiet, unspoken strength of a Stoic lies a compelling magnetism, one that does not need to be loud to be felt. Imagine carrying yourself with a serene confidence, a silent attraction that comes not from external accolades, but from an internal commitment to virtue and action. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one, Marcus Aurelius once advised, underscoring the Stoic conviction that true character is shown not through words, but through deeds. Often we find ourselves caught in an endless loop of discussion, where the concept of being a good person is endlessly analyzed and debated. However, this does nothing but keep us trapped in a mental maze, recycling the same old thoughts without any real progress. It's crucial to break free from this cycle. Action is the only pathway that leads out of the theoretical and into the realm of the real. Why is it, do you think, that we so often hesitate to take that step? Is it fear of failure or perhaps the discomfort of stepping into the unknown? Remember, you were not born to procrastinate. Stoicism teaches that each of us enters this world with a specific mission, a role to play in the grand tapestry of life. Achieving this mission, fulfilling this role, is what it truly means to live, not just exist. Marcus Aurelius challenges us with a morning reflection. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of, if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm? This reflection brings us face to face with our responsibilities, not just to ourselves but to the world. It cultivates a kind of discipline that is ironclad, a resilience against the inertia that tempts us to stay comfortable, unchallenged, and unchanging. If you seek to embody this discipline, if you strive to cultivate these habits, how will you begin? What small action can you take today to start this transformation? As you ponder these questions, consider the seamless transition into the Stoic practices that define silent attraction. Each step you take in cultivating discipline, each small action you perform in line with your true purpose, adds to a larger picture of magnetic Stoicism. This journey is continuous, and each phase builds upon the previous one, leading you closer to becoming not just what you aspire to be, but what you are meant to be. 4. Live in harmony with nature. In the quest to cultivate an aura of silent allure, embracing the Stoic habit of living in harmony with nature emerges as a cornerstone. This principle, deeply entrenched in Stoic philosophy, beckons us to navigate life's currents with acceptance and grace. Live in harmony with nature, a seemingly simple directive, yet profound in its implications. It teaches us to accept the unfolding of events as they are, not as we wish them to be. This acceptance is not passive resignation but an active engagement with life, guided by wisdom and virtue. What does it mean to live in harmony with nature? It involves understanding and adhering to the world's natural laws, acknowledging that these laws are constant and beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, once remarked, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This perspective encourages us to focus on our actions and reactions in the present moment, utilizing our available resources and maintaining our inner peace, regardless of external circumstances or emotional upheavals. Consider the inevitabilities of life, aging, health changes, and the natural human instincts that drive us. Most crucial among these is change itself. Change is the only constant in the cosmic cycle, a fact that Stoicism advises us to embrace without resistance. By accepting change, we align ourselves with a natural progression of life, which in turn enhances our resilience and attractiveness. This alignment with nature makes us more grounded and real, traits that are inherently appealing. Furthermore, this principle of harmony extends to our interactions with others and our environment. It encourages us to cultivate relationships and lifestyles that are sustainable and respectful of the world around us. In the modern context, this could mean choosing simplicity over excess, fostering genuine connections over superficial encounters, and practicing environmental stewardship. To weave this ancient wisdom into the fabric of modern life, consider how you react to everyday challenges. Do you rail against the inevitable, or do you adapt gracefully? Embracing this Stoic habit not only enriches your life but also makes you a quietly magnetic presence to those around you. As you embody the tranquility that comes from living in accord with nature, your silent attractiveness becomes a powerful force, drawing others to the calm confidence you exude. In conclusion, the Stoic habit of living in harmony with nature is not merely about acceptance but about empowerment. It allows us to navigate the complexities of life with serenity and strength, making us silently attractive by fostering a presence that is both grounded and profoundly resilient. This way of living resonates deeply in a world that often values the superficial, making it a timeless guide to personal magnetism. 5. Transform admiration into transformation. Now, think about the people who inspire you. those individuals whose qualities capture your admiration. What is it about them that resonates so deeply with you? Instead of merely admiring them from afar, use their image as a beacon to guide your own development. Consider this as if you were seeking advice directly from these role models. Imagine how empowering it would feel to have their wisdom guiding your actions, and act as though they are there, observing and walking alongside you on your path. This mental model can serve as a powerful motivator, pushing you to embody the virtues you admire and integrate them into your everyday life. Let me share a story that underscores the impact of this approach. Sarah, a friend of mine, always admired her grandmother's resilience and unshakable calm. Despite life's numerous challenges, her grandmother maintained a serene demeanor, a quality Sarah deeply respected. Inspired, Sarah began to emulate these traits in her own life, especially during stressful situations at work. She would ask herself, "What would Grandma do?" This simple question guided Sarah through tough decisions and helped her remain calm under pressure, greatly improving her professional relationships and personal well-being. Now let's reflect. What qualities do you admire in others? How can you incorporate these attributes into your own life to not only improve yourself, but also inspire those around you? Engage with these questions as you consider the silent power of your actions and the profound influence they can have on your life and the lives of others. By actively transforming our admiration into self-improvement, we don't just pay tribute to those we respect, we also elevate ourselves and carve a path toward becoming the very best version of ourselves. In essence, we are all capable of remarkable transformation. It begins with choosing who we aspire to be and taking the steps to manifest these ideals in our daily actions. In conclusion, remember that Stoicism teaches us the value of internal development and silent influence. By adopting the admirable qualities of those we respect, we not only honor their influence, but also contribute to our own moral and personal growth. Let this be a reminder of the quiet power that resides within us, ready to be unleashed through thoughtful reflection and deliberate action. As you continue on your Stoic journey, think about how you can transform admiration into a force for personal transformation and silent attraction. What will be your first step on this path? 6. Face challenges. Facing challenges head-on is one of the 12 habits that can make you silently attractive, embodying the Stoic philosophy. Our natural inclinations often lean towards choosing the path of least resistance, staying in the comfort of our beds, scrolling endlessly through social media rather than engaging in more productive activities like exercising. Yet, it is an undeniable truth that the most valuable outcomes are born from overcoming challenges. Consider this. If you desire a fit and healthy body, it requires embracing the sweat and effort of physical exercise. Similarly, if you aspire to gain deep professional knowledge, it demands rigorous study and persistent learning. The rewards of facing challenges are manifold and should not be seen as mere obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and improvement. Embracing challenges is akin to embracing the very rewards they bring. This perspective is not just practical advice, but is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which teaches us not to avoid difficulties, but to confront them head-on as they are instrumental in our personal development. Why then should we view challenges with dread when they are the very avenues through which we achieve personal excellence? Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight encourages us to perceive every challenge as a stepping stone to greater heights. By adopting this mindset, how might you start viewing your daily challenges differently? Could this shift in perspective transform not only how you tackle tasks, but also how others perceive your silent strength and resilience? As you ponder these questions, remember that the silent attraction of a Stoic comes not from loud declarations of success, but from the quiet, steadfast overcoming of life's hurdles. Each challenge you face and conquer silently broadcasts your strength and determination to the world, making you inherently attractive in a way that words cannot express. So from this moment on, Choose to see your challenges as gifts, precious opportunities for growth that are uniquely yours to claim. 7. Eliminate negative emotions. As we delve into the art of becoming silently attractive, it's important to focus not just on physical allure, but on the emotional resonance we create in our interactions. The way we handle our emotions is a testament to our inner strength and composure, qualities that are inherently magnetic. Today we explore a pivotal habit that can dramatically alter the way others perceive us, the mastery of our emotions, particularly the negative ones. Consider this. Our emotions don't rule us. Rather, we have the authority to shape and direct them. It's a common misconception that feelings like anger, sadness, and anxiety are inescapable forces that dictate our actions. However, Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, teach us that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This profound insight suggests that our emotional state is largely influenced by our thoughts and perceptions. Think about a situation where you felt at a loss or harmed, perhaps a comment from a friend that seemed like a slight. In this scenario, it's easy to feel hurt or angry. But shift the perspective. What if that comment was unintentional or even a misunderstanding? Suddenly, the emotional landscape changes. You might find yourself feeling calmer, perhaps even empathetic. This is the power of perception in shaping our emotional reactions. In practical terms, Stoicism encourages us to engage in what I like to call emotional labeling. This involves identifying and naming your emotions as they arise. By doing so, you step back from being engulfed by the emotion and instead become an observer of it. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings, but understanding them more deeply. For instance, when next you feel a surge of irritation, pause and name it. This is irritation I'm feeling because I'm tired and overworked. Such recognition allows you to manage and mitigate the emotion effectively, rather than letting it manage you. This approach not only helps in personal mastery, but also enhances how others perceive you. When you demonstrate control over your emotions, you exude a presence that is both composed and commanding. This silent strength is immensely attractive because it signifies stability and reliability, traits highly valued in personal and professional relationships. In tying this back to modern life, consider the fast-paced, often chaotic world we navigate daily. The ability to maintain calm and composure amidst this turmoil can be your superpower. It sets you apart in the eyes of colleagues, friends, and loved ones as someone who is unshakably grounded no matter what the situation. By practicing these principles, you're not just bettering your interactions, but also enhancing your mental well-being. As Seneca once said, if you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. This transformation begins with the thoughts you cultivate and the emotions you master. As we continue on this journey of Stoic attraction, remember that the quiet control of our emotional world not only draws others to us, but also enriches our own lives, making us better equipped to face whatever challenges come our way. So let us strive to dye our souls with thoughts of serenity, courage, and optimism. 8. Train the mind. Training your mind, believe it or not, is akin to training your muscles. It grows stronger with consistent effort. Consider your mind as a tape recorder, diligently echoing the inputs you provide. What do you tell your mind? If you plant a seed of negativity, it will bloom into a relentless echo of those dark thoughts and emotions. To shift this, you must consciously cultivate positive thoughts, emotions, and attitudes. This isn't just motivational speak. It's a core tenet of Stoicism, which emphasizes the importance of a mind that is calm, rational, grateful, and mission-driven. Now let's take a modern-day scenario to illustrate this. Imagine you're in a high-stress job where the pressure mounts daily. Each challenge could be seen as a setback or an opportunity for growth. By training your mind to interpret these pressures as opportunities to apply Stoic principles, you not only survive, you thrive. You become silently attractive, not just in demeanor, but through the profound quiet confidence that you project. What would happen if you approached every difficulty with this mindset? Training the mind in Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions. Rather, it's about directing them in a way that serves you and aligns with your greater goals. It's about being proactive about your mental inputs and sculpting your psyche as if it were clay, knowing that the final shape is one of resilience and composure. This kind of mental discipline doesn't shout for attention, it magnetizes it. People are drawn to those who exude a quiet strength and who react to life's challenges not with frantic panic, but with poised assurance and thoughtful actions. So, how will you begin to train your mind today to become a beacon of stoic strength? Will you let the random events of life shape your mind, or will you take up the tools of positive thought, rational action, and grateful living to mold it yourself? This, my friends, is the essence of silent attractiveness in the Stoic tradition. A serene confidence that resonates more deeply than words. In closing, remember that the journey of training, your mind, is a continuous one. Each day offers a new canvas on which to practice the art of mental discipline. The true value lies not just in the attractiveness it bestows upon you, but in the peace and clarity it brings to your life. Cultivate these habits, and watch how they transform not only your perception of the world, but how the world perceives you. 9. Responding rather than reacting. In the bustling currents of everyday life, our primal instincts often drive us to swiftly react to situations with raw emotion. This reactionary impulse, though immediate and sometimes satisfying, is rarely beneficial in the long run. Stoicism, a philosophical beacon of serenity and control, teaches us a more refined approach, the power of response over mere reaction. When you're confronted with an insult, the instinctual response might be anger or retaliation. But pause for a moment. Reflect on whether this surge of anger serves any positive purpose. Why surrender to a fleeting provocation and let it dictate your emotions? The Stoic way is to step back, breathe, and choose a response that aligns with your core values, rather than being swept up in the heat of the moment. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Embracing this practice, you empower yourself to manage life's surprises with composure. Imagine you are in a conversation and something startling occurs. Instead of letting an unguarded reaction take the wheel, you pause, allowing yourself a moment to assess the situation calmly. What is the most constructive way to address this? This intentional pause is your secret weapon. It transforms your reactions into well-thought-out responses, giving you control over your emotions, rather than being controlled by them. Over time, as you cultivate this habit, what once required conscious effort will become second nature. Your brain, adept at adapting through consistent practice, will begin to default to this composed stance. This evolution in your behavior is not just about suppressing natural reactions, but about refining them into responses that are thoughtful and assertive. Now think about this. How often have we let our immediate reactions lead to regrettable decisions? How different would our interactions be if we chose to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively? Engaging with these questions helps us internalize the Stoic practice and enrich our lives with deeper mindfulness and resilience. By adopting this subtle yet powerful shift in our approach to life's challenges, we not only enhance our own well-being but also enrich our interactions with others. The journey towards emotional mastery is a profound testament to the strength that lies in calmness and deliberation. Let's continue to reflect on this as we strive to embody the true essence of Stoicism in our daily lives. 10. Happiness. At the heart of Stoicism lies a profound lesson. Your happiness hinges not on external conditions but on your inner resilience and perspective. As the philosopher Epictetus once stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle encourages us to find joy not in the abundance of possessions or the status of our relationships, but in our capacity to maintain contentment regardless of our external circumstances. This inner tranquility doesn't shout for attention. It subtly exudes a magnetic confidence. Consider gratitude, a cornerstone of Stoic practice, which involves more than just saying thanks. It's about maintaining a deep, abiding appreciation for life in all its facets. Even during adversity, picture a person who, even in the face of life's storms, holds on to a sense of thankfulness for the mere act of living. This person doesn't just feel grateful, they embody gratitude, radiating a calm and composed demeanor that draws others to them. The challenge lies in cultivating this mindset. By focusing daily on what we are thankful for, we train our minds to spotlight even in the darkest corners, fostering a positive, attractive energy. Furthermore, the art of silent attraction through Stoicism involves practicing virtues that resonate with integrity and humility. It's not about grand gestures or loud proclamations, but about the quiet demonstration of strength and character. Each day provides us with numerous opportunities to practice patience, kindness, and honesty, qualities that are universally appealing. By consistently choosing these actions, you not only improve your interactions with others, but also develop a serene self-assurance that is deeply compelling. Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities to grow and learn, rather than obstacles to our happiness. This mindset shift is crucial for developing resilience and an attractive Stoic calm. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, wisely noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we view life's difficulties as chances to strengthen our character, we become more adaptable and appealing, possessing a quiet confidence that is unmistakably attractive. By integrating these Stoic habits into your daily life, you embody an attractiveness that doesn't need to shout to be felt. It's the kind of charisma that is profound, not because it demands attention, but because it earns respect and admiration through consistent, composed actions and attitudes. This silent strength is particularly relevant in our modern, hectic world, where the ability to remain calm and centered is itself a magnetic quality. In weaving these teachings into the narrative of your life, remember that the journey is as important as the destination. The path of Stoicism is not about achieving perfection, but about progressing towards a better, more attractive self through mindful practice. As you incorporate these Stoic habits, watch as they not only transform your interactions, but also deepen your relationship with yourself, a truly attractive trait. As we move forward, let's continue to explore and embrace these timeless teachings, applying them to our contemporary lives with wisdom and wit. Through this, we find not just attraction, but a profound sense of fulfillment and purpose, proving that sometimes the most powerful thing one can do is to simply embody calm. 11. Generosity. In the realm of Stoicism, generosity isn't just an act, it's a profound demonstration of mastery over both the mind and the materials that fill our lives. To the Stoic, being generous is about much more than opening your wallet. It involves a generous spirit towards oneself and others, fostering a community of respect and gratitude that transcends material wealth. Let's delve deeper into this concept by first considering what it means to be generous to oneself. Imagine you're juggling the myriad responsibilities of modern life: career pressures, family commitments, and social expectations. Now, add the incessant noise of social media, where everyone's life seems perfect, except yours. It's easy to succumb to negative thoughts and emotional burdens under such conditions. Stoic generosity toward oneself means taking a step back from this chaotic whirlwind. It involves allowing yourself to let go of these burdens, not out of negligence but through understanding and rationality, thereby freeing your mind and spirit from the constraints that hinder true freedom. Now, turning outward, how does one practice Stoic generosity towards others? It's not merely about the physical act of giving, but also about offering respect, understanding, and emotional support. This could look like listening intently when a friend shares their struggles, without immediately jumping to solutions or judgments. Or perhaps in the workplace, it means offering a word of encouragement to a colleague who feels overwhelmed, recognizing their efforts and validating their experiences. Consider a typical day in the life of a modern professional. Amidst the rush of meetings and deadlines, There's a colleague who seems quieter than usual, withdrawn. Instead of ignoring this change, a true Stoic might reach out, offer a moment of kindness, perhaps a simple, "Are you okay?" This act, small in effort but generous in spirit, could be the encouragement that person needs to share their burden, potentially lightening it and certainly feeling less alone in their struggle. How can you apply these lessons of generosity in your daily life? It starts by asking yourself, when was the last time you were genuinely generous with your time, your attention, or your understanding, without expecting anything in return? Generosity, in its truest Stoic sense, challenges us to rise above petty grievances and transient material desires, to connect deeply with the humanity in ourselves and in those around us. As we continue to explore these habits of silent attractiveness, remember that the most compelling aspect of your character is often seen in your actions and attitudes towards both yourself and others. The practice of Stoic generosity is not just about enhancing your appeal. It's about enriching your life and the lives of those around you with a spirit of kindness and gratitude. What will you do today to walk in the path of Stoic generosity? 12. Facing death. Facing the inevitability of death isn't just an acceptance but a profound transformation of how you live each day. Imagine that today could be your last. How would you choose to spend it? The ancient Stoic philosophers, such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, taught that the presence of death serves not as a specter to fear, but as a companion reminding us of the urgency to live well. The Latin aphorism, memento mori, meaning remember you must die, is not a call towards nihilism but a powerful impetus to cherish every moment. It begs the question, if you knew today were your last, would you waste it on trivialities and distractions, or would you dedicate yourself to actions that are meaningful and fulfilling? Consider this. Each moment you choose how to spend your time, knowing it could be your last, sharpens your focus on what truly matters. This awareness shapes a silently attractive persona, one that exudes a calm urgency and purposeful presence. People are drawn to those who act with intention and appreciate the weight of every minute. So how do you embody this Stoic attractiveness? Do you live in constant fear of the ticking clock? Or do you embrace each day with gratitude and a zest for making the most out of life? Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This reflection challenges us. Are we truly living or merely existing? To face death is not just about acknowledging its inevitability, but actively choosing life, every day, every hour, with relentless passion and humble gratitude. What would it look like if you lived today as if it were your last? Would you let petty frustrations cloud your judgment, or would you rise above, seizing opportunities to make a difference, cherishing your loved ones, and leaving a legacy of kindness and strength? As you ponder these questions, reflect on the silently powerful impact of living stoically. How does this approach change your interactions, your work, your relationships? Embracing death as a friend enlightens a path not just of acceptance, but of vibrant, purposeful living. It's about making every action count, turning every encounter into something meaningful, and transforming everyday experiences into lasting memories. In this way, the Stoic philosophy does not teach us how to prepare for death, but how to live with a vigor that only the proximity of death can provide. This Stoic approach to living in the face of death can fundamentally alter your demeanor, making you irresistibly attractive, not through loud declarations, but through the profound depth of your actions and the authenticity of your presence. How will you choose to live today, knowing that each moment could be your last? How can you apply this Stoic wisdom to transform not just your own life, but also to touch the lives of those around you in meaningful ways? As you meditate on these questions, consider how embracing memento mori could reshape not only your perspective, but also the essence of your daily existence. Applying Stoicism. In a world that seldom pauses, where the din of modern life drowns out the whispers of inner wisdom, how can one embrace the Stoic principles to become silently attractive? It's an art form that may seem elusive, yet its impact is profound, resonating deeply with those around us. This discussion unfolds an ancient yet ever-relevant philosophy of Stoicism, guiding you not just to understand but embody the quiet allure that comes from serene self-possession. You might approach this exploration with skepticism or indifference. Indeed, the choice is yours, as Stoic thought teaches us. But as you ponder, consider the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Thus, the essence of Stoicism lies not in reciting maxims but in mastering the mind's landscape, steering clear of the negative while fostering a presence that is both composed and compelling. The cornerstone of Stoicism is the profound realization that you are the architect of your life. Every aspect, your happiness, health, and enjoyment of life, is under your personal jurisdiction. This philosophy doesn't burden but liberates, placing the reins of destiny firmly in your hands. Stoicism teaches us to cherish the present with gratitude, mindful that life, with all its fleeting beauty, could end at any moment. Seneca's reminder that, as is a tale, so is life, not how long it is, but how good it is what matters, encourages us to live fully and fearlessly, with every moment steeped in purpose. In embracing Stoicism, begin by cultivating mental fortitude. It's not merely about resisting the tide of negative thoughts, but about transforming your reactions to the challenges life throws your way. This mental shift doesn't just alter your internal world, it enhances your external appeal, casting you as a figure of calm in a chaotic world. As you adopt these practices, your stoic demeanor becomes not just a shield, but a beacon, attracting others with its understated strength. Moreover, embodying stoic habits means recognizing the power of silence and reflection. In stillness, you find clarity and resilience, qualities that are irresistibly attractive. This silent allure is not a loud proclamation, but a subtle, pervasive presence that speaks volumes. The Stoic man does not seek attention. Rather, he commands respect through his deliberate actions and unwavering tranquility. Integrating Stoicism into modern life involves continuous practice and mindfulness. It's about making conscious choices, each day, to align with Stoic virtues. This path leads not only to personal satisfaction and stability, but also to forming deeper, more meaningful connections. As you walk this Stoic path, remember that the journey itself is as rewarding as the destination. By internalizing and practicing the principles of Stoicism, you unlock a life of profound fulfillment and silent attraction. Each step on this path enriches your character and enhances your influence. The Stoic man does not merely exist, he thrives, drawing others to his quiet confidence and stability in the tumult of modern existence. So, as we explore these Stoic habits, let us embark with an open heart and a clear mind, ready to discover not just the teachings of ancient philosophers, but the timeless secrets of living attractively. After all, as Epictetus once said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In your reactions lies your power, in your silence lies your allure, and in your Stoic practice lies the blueprint for a life well lived. Advice. In the art of silent attraction, the subtle nuances often speak louder than overt gestures. Consider the serene confidence that comes from simply being at peace with oneself. When you truly embrace who you are, including every flaw and strength, it radiates an allure that's hard to overlook. This sense of contentment with oneself is magnetic, attracting others not just to your external appearance, but to the energy you exude. It's like the old adage goes, people may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Now think about the power of a genuine smile, the kind that reaches your eyes, lighting them up with warmth and sincerity. This kind of smile has the potential to draw people in, creating a bond even before words are exchanged. It's about offering a piece of your joy to others, which in turn makes you both feel good. Interestingly, combining this with a poised demeanor strikes a balance between innocence and mystery, adding depth to your character. However, it's essential to remember that attractiveness isn't about conforming to a specific standard, or mimicking someone else's style. For instance, imagine the dissonance if Audrey Hepburn, known for her elegant simplicity, had attempted to emulate Marilyn Monroe's sultry persona. It simply wouldn't align with her essence. The key lies in finding your unique style that feels right for you, whether that's a sharp business suit that speaks of professionalism or a soft, flowing dress that plays up your gentleness. Moreover, dressing comfortably for the occasion not only boosts your confidence but also ensures that you are appropriate for the setting. This consideration shows respect for both yourself and others around you. And while it's fine to draw inspiration from celebrities who epitomize certain aspects of attractiveness, the real challenge is integrating these influences into your personality without losing your authenticity. Let's explore a scenario from modern life that highlights the essence of silent attraction. Picture Sarah, a young professional, known for her keen intellect and modesty. At a networking event, instead of trying to assert her presence loudly, she chooses to engage in meaningful conversations. Her attire, a tasteful blend of professionalism and personal style, her demeanor calm and inviting. Her approach isn't forceful but magnetic, leaving people intrigued and wanting to know more about her. Have you ever noticed how some individuals command attention effortlessly? They often share a common trait. They don't try too hard. It's about expressing genuine interest in others, letting relationships develop naturally, and maintaining a bit of mystery. In the pursuit of attraction, it's crucial to be mindful of the fine line between confidence and arrogance. The aim is to present oneself authentically and respectfully, not to project a facade of superiority. Walking with confidence, yes, but without the air of desperation. This is the balance that truly resonates with others. So, what can we take away from this exploration of silent attraction? It's not about the loudness of your voice, but the message you convey through your actions and presence. Being yourself, embracing your style, and interacting with sincerity and respect. These are the habits that foster genuine connections. Are you reflecting your true self in the way you present to the world? Consider this as you think about how you can apply these principles in your own life, enhancing not only how others see you, but also how you see yourself. 10 Principles for Building Ironclad Self-Discipline. The discipline we're discussing here isn't about punishments or external enforcement, and we're talking about self-discipline, the willingness to forego momentary pleasures and overcome trivial excuses to achieve your goals. Why is discipline important? No great achievement comes without discipline. Every great legacy is the product of a disciplined life, a continuous commitment to a repetitive action over many days. Discipline here means the rules and principles you set for yourself, not imposed by anyone else. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm? Marcus Aurelius. Discipline is about daily improvement, a step closer to the goals you desire. Imagine improving by 1% every day. Where could that lead over a lifetime? Unlike common beliefs, self-discipline is not limiting, but a gateway to true freedom. True discipline is thinking, acting, and behaving like the person you admire and wish to become. 1. Establish a foundation. In a world where distractions are as common as breaths we take, building an unshakable self-discipline is not just a necessity, but a cornerstone of success for any man in his prime, aged 30 to 65. The foundation of anything, from the grandest buildings to the simplest of habits, holds paramount importance. It's the bedrock upon which all else stands. In the realm of self-discipline, this foundation is not built from bricks or mortar, but from a profound understanding of your own vision, your goals, the actions required to reach these milestones, and critically, the value of the outcomes you are working towards. This understanding isn't superficial, It requires a deep dive into the essence of your aspirations, the habits you need to cultivate, the person you are evolving into, and the significance of the results you're aiming to achieve. This introspective journey into why you need discipline is the catalyst that naturally fosters it within you. As Plato famously stated, "For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories." This victory over oneself is not a one-time triumph, but a continuous journey towards becoming the version of yourself you aspire to be. A version that serves your mission and achieves your goals. Ask yourself, which kind of person achieves the results I desire? Envisioning the traits and strengths of this ideal version of yourself can illuminate the path forward. The process of self-discipline is akin to sculpting marble. Though the block is rigid and resistant with persistent and precise strikes, a form of beauty and intention eventually emerges. In the same vein, the consistent application of disciplined actions carves out the superior self hidden within the raw expanse of our current limitations. Connecting this principle to modern life, consider how often we face obstacles that seem insurmountable. How easily we are swayed by the lure of instant gratification, or how we battle the omnipresent distractions of digital notifications and endless streams of information. Here, the tenet of self-discipline is not merely a suggestion but a survival strategy, enabling us to navigate through the chaos of the contemporary world with purpose and poise. In reinforcing this foundation, we also draw on the timeless wisdom of Seneca, who advised, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." By daring to cultivate discipline, we transform not only our challenges but also ourselves. This transformation is deeply personal and universally applicable, echoing across the varied experiences and aspirations of every man listening to this discourse. So, establishing a solid foundation of self-discipline is the initial step towards self-conquest and mastery. It is about knowing profoundly who you want to be and painstakingly shaping your behaviors to align with that vision. Remember, every great achievement begins with the decision to try, and every act of self-discipline reinforces the architecture of your character, which ultimately defines the skyline of your life. 2. Visualize the consequences. Visualizing the consequences of our actions, or lack thereof, can be a transformative tool in building ironclad self-discipline, but it demands wise application to avoid the pitfall of burnout. Picture this scenario. You're tempted to skip a morning run. Instead of giving in, you pause to consider not just today's missed opportunity, but the potential cascade of skipped workouts. Each missed session chips away at your progress, blurring the hard-earned gains that you've been so proud of achieving. Now imagine looking into the mirror months from now, seeing a reflection that doesn't match your goals because of consistent inaction. It's a sobering image, isn't it? This method, while powerful, carries a caution echoed by Friedrich Nietzsche, who pointedly observed, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." That is the nature of living creatures. It's a stark reminder of the importance of self-governance. If you don't take control of your actions, your circumstances will. Consider the story of Alex, a young software developer eager to climb the career ladder. Faced with a pivotal project, Alex felt overwhelmed and considered putting off the work. Instead, he visualized the consequences of failing to act: missed deadlines, disappointed colleagues, and a tarnished reputation that could stall his career. This vivid image spurred him into action. Months later, his successful project led to a promotion. This real-life example underscores that the foresight of negative outcomes can be just as motivating as the anticipation of positive ones. Now, ask yourself, what are the long-term impacts of your daily decisions? When you think about skipping a commitment, do you consider how it might affect your future? Remember, the goal of visualizing consequences isn't just to scare ourselves into action, but to create a vivid mental picture of the real outcomes of our choices. It's about linking today's actions with tomorrow's results. As you employ this strategy, balance it with positive reinforcement. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and use them as a foundation to propel you forward. This approach ensures that while you're aware of the potential pitfalls of inaction, You're also motivated by the tangible rewards of perseverance and dedication. In embracing this principle, you're not just practicing self-discipline, you're cultivating a mindset geared towards long-term vision and success. This is how you transform fleeting impulses into lasting habits and how you transform your life into the one you aspire to live. 3. A disciplined environment. Have you ever tried to diet while your house brims with tempting sweets? It's akin to climbing a mountain with weights tied to your feet, needlessly arduous. Now, imagine a different scenario. Your home, devoid of all sugary temptations. Suddenly the pathway to your dietary goals becomes a straight, smooth road, doesn't it? Lao Tzu once said, "Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power." Reflect on these profound words as we explore how you can sculpt an environment that fosters rather than hinders your self-discipline. Consider the simple act of learning to play the guitar. If your guitar is tucked away in a dusty corner, it's not just out of sight. It's out of mind and hence out of reach from your daily routine. But what happens if you place it right in the living room, where you spend most of your time? It invites you to pick it up, to strum a few notes every time you pass by. This small shift in location reduces the barriers between you and your practice. It integrates your goal into your everyday life, making engagement almost effortless. But why stop at physical rearrangement? The environment that nurtures discipline isn't solely made up of tangible elements like the placement of an instrument or the contents of your pantry. It also consists of the habits and routines you cultivate, the media you consume, and even the company you keep. Are these elements aligned with the person you aspire to be? Do they bolster your journey towards self-mastery, or do they derail it? Now ask yourself, what change can you make today, however small, that will transform your environment into a bastion of discipline? How can you tweak your daily routine to seamlessly integrate the practices that lead to self-discipline? Creating a disciplined environment is a dynamic and continuous process. It involves not only removing obstacles, but also deliberately designing and choosing the spaces, both physical and mental, that make the execution of self-discipline feel not just possible but natural. So next time you set a goal, take a moment to engineer your surroundings in a way that removes friction and encourages progress. Remember, the environment you create is the soil in which the seeds of your habits grow. Make it fertile and watch as your self-discipline flourishes. By addressing these changes, by asking these questions, you aren't just passively hoping for improvement. You're actively constructing a life that is more conducive to the cultivation of ironclad self-discipline. Isn't it empowering to know that the power to shape your destiny lies largely in your own hands? 4. Appeal. Consider the challenge faced by many smokers. They know smoking is harmful, yet the pack remains a steadfast companion in their pockets. It's not ignorance, but a reluctance to accept the full weight of the consequences that ties their hands. This reluctance illustrates a pivotal principle in building ironclad self-discipline: true appeal. When one fully acknowledges the gravity of the health risks associated with smoking, the decision to quit shifts from being a struggle to a clear necessity. Similarly, understanding and accepting the benefits of positive habits can transform them from chores into choices you eagerly embrace. This concept of appeal extends beyond simple likes or dislikes. It delves into the psychological underpinnings of our behavior. For instance, comprehending not just that exercise is good for health, but how it specifically enhances your life, increasing longevity, improving mental health, and boosting energy levels, makes the habit much more appealing. It's about painting a vivid picture of the positive outcomes, making them so desirable that the old, harmful habits lose their grip. Renowned philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This sentiment echoes the idea that stepping into a disciplined life is about shifting our mindset from avoidance to engagement. By daring to confront and accept the full implications of our actions, we unlock a more disciplined and decisive self. To embed this principle deeply into your life, Start by studying the specific detriments of your bad habits. Document them, reflect on them, and let them sink in. Then, juxtapose these with the detailed benefits of good habits. This isn't just about making a list, it's about feeling the immediate and long-term impacts in your life, making the good habits undeniably more appealing. Moreover, integrating famous quotes into this narrative not only enriches the message, but also enhances its credibility and relatability. Consider the words of José Eduardo dos Santos. There is no magic wand that can resolve our problems. The solution rests with our work and discipline. His words remind us that discipline is not inherited or bestowed. It is built through conscious, consistent effort and a robust understanding of what each choice entails. In a world brimming with instant gratification, the appeal of long-term benefits is often overshadowed by the lure of immediate pleasures. Yet, by shifting our focus and fully embracing the consequences of our actions, both good and bad, we pave the way for a life not just lived but led with purpose and awareness. By weaving these narratives together, using connecting phrases that maintain the flow and emotional engagement of the content, we create a seamless, compelling narrative. It's about guiding you not through coercion but through enlightenment, where each choice is a stepping stone to a better, more disciplined self. This approach retains the essential elements of the original content while expanding on them and integrating philosophical insights, thus making it both instructive and inspiring for an audience seeking practical guidance in self-discipline. 5. The 5-second rule. In a world constantly buzzing with new ideas and endless distractions, the 5-second rule emerges as a vital tool for those seeking to cultivate ironclad self-discipline. This principle is not about the folklore concerning food touching the floor. Rather, it's about seizing the moment and acting within 5 seconds of conceiving an idea. The rationale is straightforward. If you don't spring into action within those crucial seconds, the moment slips away, possibly forever lost to the whirlwind of daily life. Renowned leadership expert John C. Maxwell captures this essence perfectly when he says, "Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time." This quote isn't just about motivation, it's a blueprint for building the resilience and persistence needed to achieve long-term goals. Imagine you're at work, and suddenly you think of a solution to a problem that's been nagging you. Instead of jotting it down for later, apply the 5-second rule. Count down from 5, and start outlining your solution immediately. This practice trains your brain to act decisively and can dramatically enhance your productivity and focus. But why does this simple rule work? It bypasses the brain's tendency to overthink and procrastinate. By acting swiftly, you leverage the initial burst of energy that comes with inspiration, which is often diluted by hesitation and doubt as time passes. Now consider Sarah, a graphic designer who often struggled with procrastination. One day, inspired by the 5-second rule, she decided to immediately act on her impulse to redesign her website, a task she had been postponing for months. Each time she had a creative idea during the redesign, she implemented it within 5 seconds, transforming her workflow and ultimately doubling her client inquiries. Why do you think this method was so effective for Sarah? Could it be that acting without overthinking allowed her creativity to flourish? As you incorporate the 5-second rule into your daily routine, observe the changes in how you manage tasks and make decisions. This rule isn't just about getting things started, it's about finishing them with the same zeal with which you started. To conclude, the 5-second rule is more than just a tactic for self-discipline. It is a transformative approach that can lead to significant personal and professional growth. Every time you count down from 5 and take immediate action, you're not just completing a task. You're building a powerful habit that paves the way to achieving your most ambitious goals. How will you apply this rule in your life today to start building the future you dream of? 6. Clarity. Self-discipline, a seemingly elusive trait, is akin to a muscle that strengthens with consistent training and clear objectives. Consider this. Why do some people find it so hard to quit habits like smoking? Often, It's because the immediate dangers of smoking don't manifest for years, obscuring the real risks. Likewise, the benefits of positive actions such as weight loss are not immediately visible, making it difficult to stay motivated. How can you make this process clearer and, by extension, boost your self-discipline? The answer lies in visibility and reward. Imagine for a moment that you're documenting every small success on your journey. This could be through a habit tracker or even a public declaration of your goals on social media, akin to the good conduct tokens you might have received as a child, which served as tangible recognition of your efforts. Such practices not only clarify your progress but also build momentum by celebrating small wins. Think about the wisdom of James Clear, who famously said, "Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement." By tracking your habits, you not only see the results over time but also understand the impact of daily actions in forming a disciplined life. Now, let's talk about rewards. How do you feel when you tick off all the tasks on your daily to-do list? Rewarding yourself for consistent actions plays a pivotal role in cultivating self-discipline. Whether it's treating yourself to a movie night after a week of completed workouts or simply taking a moment to acknowledge your effort, rewards reinforce positive behavior and make discipline a more attractive pursuit. Why do you think acknowledging small victories and giving yourself rewards can change your perception of a difficult task? As we delve deeper into the essence of self-discipline, remember that the clarity of your goals and the rewards you set can transform the mundane into the extraordinary, turning discipline into not just a practice, but a rewarding part of your life. By making the invisible visible and the future rewards immediate, you craft a clearer, more attainable path to self-discipline. 7. Reward and punishment. To cultivate a fortress of self-discipline, one must judiciously balance the scales of reward and punishment, a tactic that resonates deeply with the teachings of ancient Stoicism and modern behavioral science alike. The essence of building and sustaining discipline lies not just in the rigidity of routines, but also in the intelligent leveraging of our own desires and aversions. Consider the power of reward. Engaging in activities you delight in as a treat for adhering to your discipline can significantly bolster your resolve. For instance, if you aim to make running a daily habit but cherish your evenings spent watching TV, transform your television time into a reward contingent on the completion of your run. Such a strategy ensures that the pleasure of indulgence is not only guilt-free but earned, thereby reinforcing your commitment each day. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once remarked, "It is part of the cure to wish to be cured," reminding us that the desire for improvement is integral to the discipline itself. In the same vein, why not amplify the utility of what you already possess? If a treadmill occupies space in your home, marry your habit of watching TV to using the treadmill. This fusion not only makes your engagement with TV more active, but also ingratiates a healthy habit into what might be considered a passive activity. Now consider the flip side: punishment. The idea here is not to be harsh, but to create stakes that deter backsliding. For example, you could commit a sum of money to a trusted friend, only to be returned upon successful adherence to your new habit or completion of a task. This method employs the fear of loss, an effective motivator to stay on track. Alternatively, leveraging social accountability can be incredibly potent. Announcing your goals on social media, for instance, can create a network of societal watchers, all expecting you to follow through, thus magnifying your commitment through the desire not to disappoint. In the modern hustle of our lives, where distractions are myriad, these principles of self-discipline are not just helpful, they are essential. They bridge the ancient wisdom with contemporary challenges, making the advice not only relevant, but necessary. As the Dalai Lama insightfully notes, a disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. This statement underscores the profound impact self-discipline has on our overall well-being and happiness. Incorporating these strategies into your life isn't merely about sticking to a plan. It's about enriching your life, about transforming daily struggles into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. The journey toward self-discipline is a testament to one's character, a continual path that, while sometimes steep, leads to the peak of personal achievement and satisfaction. By linking our daily actions with meaningful rewards and considered consequences, we forge a version of ourselves that is not only better disciplined, but fundamentally happier and more fulfilled. 8. Conditions. In today's world where distractions are merely a click away, cultivating ironclad self-discipline is akin to building a fortress around your goals. Let's dive into a crucial principle: setting conditions. Our minds naturally thrive on structure. We appreciate when there's a clear cause and effect, a straightforward if this, then that scenario. This cognitive preference can be harnessed to boost your self-discipline by crafting personal rules that guide your daily actions towards positive habits. Consider this. If you encounter stairs, choose to take them. This simple decision not only increases your physical activity, but also strengthens your resolve. Or perhaps, before you tuck in for the night, commit to reading 10 pages of a book. This not only enriches your mind, but also helps in winding down effectively. Maybe you set a steadfast rule. At 5 p.m. sharp, daily exercise becomes non-negotiable. And when faced with peer pressure or personal vice such as a cigarette, empower yourself to decline firmly. Legendary motivational speaker Jim Rohn once said, "We must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment." This statement resonates deeply, underscoring that discipline, though challenging, steers us away from the future anguish of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Voice your intentions out loud. When you articulate what you intend to do, it does more than just echo in your ears. It reverberates through your psyche and reinforces your commitment, turning a whispered promise into a tangible action. Emily, a software developer, found herself in a rut, struggling with procrastination and feeling overwhelmed by her projects. Her breakthrough came when she decided to apply this principle of setting conditions. She started small. If it's lunchtime, I won't eat at my desk. This simple rule led her to take proper breaks and clear her mind, improving her afternoon productivity. Encouraged by this success, she set more conditions. If I haven't completed my main task by 3 p.m., I'll stay off social media until it's done. Gradually, these small victories culminated in a more disciplined workflow and a happier, more fulfilling life. How about you? What conditions could you set right now that would lead you towards the habits you aspire to develop? Reflecting on this could be your first step towards a transformed life. Remember, the journey of self-discipline is not about restriction, but about liberation from the chaos of inconsistency. By setting clear, actionable conditions for yourself, you not only foster a strong discipline, but also craft a life that feels more organized, purposeful, and aligned with your deepest values. In the end, it's about choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret, thus embracing a life of fulfillment and achievement. What will your next step be? 9. Start small. Embark on the journey of building ironclad self-discipline by embracing the concept of starting small. Often, the mere thought of undertaking a significant change can be daunting, but remember, the smallest step forward is still a step in the direction of your goals. Let's imagine you dream of running a marathon. Rather than being overwhelmed by the distance, begin simply by putting on your running shoes and stepping outside. Just walk. Likewise, if your goal is to cultivate a reading habit, start by reading just one page. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson once said, "We do today what they won't, so tomorrow we can accomplish what they can't." This powerful statement captures the essence of starting small. By committing to seemingly minuscule actions, you are laying the groundwork for future successes that others might only dream of. It's about making progress in such incremental steps that refusal feels impossible. Can you think of a task so small that you couldn't possibly say no to doing it? In the beginning, aim for consistency rather than intensity. Dedicate just 1 or 2 minutes each day to your new habit. Whether it's meditation, writing, or any other practice, keep it brief. Persist with these tiny increments for at least the first 5 days or a week. This approach helps in molding your mind to become accustomed to your new habit as a regular part of your life. The key here is consistency. The size of the step is less important than the regularity with which you take it. Ask yourself, how can you seamlessly integrate this new habit into your daily routine, regardless of your busy schedule? By consistently engaging in these small acts, you not only foster a sense of accomplishment, but also reinforce your ability to commit to a task. Over time, these small steps will build the foundation of a more disciplined life, allowing you to expand your efforts naturally and sustainably. So, what small step can you take today that will bring you closer to your larger goal tomorrow? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let's make that step today, shall we? 10. Build disciplined habits. In the realm of personal growth, the cultivation of self-discipline is akin to the forging of steel. Through consistent small actions, one shapes a resilient and unyielding character. This principle holds especially true as we navigate the complex, often chaotic modern landscape. Consider the simple yet profound habit of making your bed each morning or promptly washing dishes after a meal. These mundane tasks, though seemingly trivial, lay the foundation for a disciplined lifestyle, training you to maintain order and persistence in all facets of life. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, aptly noted, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This perspective is crucial when building ironclad discipline. If you set out to achieve a beneficial goal, approach it with unwavering commitment and immediacy. Procrastination is the enemy of progress, and by eliminating hesitation, you reinforce your resolve to succeed. Moreover, the journey to master self-discipline involves continuously pushing beyond your comfort zone. This repetitive practice is not about seeking discomfort for its own sake, but about expanding the boundaries of your capabilities. As you regularly confront and embrace these unsafe experiences, they become stepping stones, fostering growth and confidence. Each act of discipline, no matter how small, is a thread in the tapestry of your character. Just as a river cuts through rock not by force, but by persistence, so does the regular practice of disciplined habits sculpt a steadfast spirit. In this age of distractions and instant gratification, the ability to remain disciplined is both a rare and invaluable trait that promises not only personal success, but also a profound sense of fulfillment. To further enrich our understanding, let us draw from the wisdom of Theodore Roosevelt, who proclaimed, "With self-discipline, most anything is possible." Thus, by fostering disciplined habits, not only do we pave the way for personal achievements, but we also set a standard of excellence that can profoundly impact all areas of our lives, from our relationships and careers to our personal health and well-being. In conclusion, as we strive to fortify our self-discipline, we must remember that each small disciplined action is a cornerstone in the edifice of our character. By adhering to this principle, we not only enhance our own lives, but also inspire those around us to pursue a path of discipline, determination, and dignified success. Let us therefore embrace the challenge of self-discipline, for in its practice lies the key to unlocking our fullest potential in this ever-evolving world. Thank you for watching today's video on how to be silently attractive, 12 Habits of a Stoic. As we've explored these transformative Stoic habits, remember that true attractiveness stems not just from external appearances, but from embodying the principles of Stoicism in every action and thought. Embracing these habits can not only enhance your appeal, but also enrich your life with deeper satisfaction and purpose. If you found value in today's discussion and wish to delve deeper into the world of Stoicism, please consider subscribing to our channel Kak Stoic in your life. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with friends and family who might benefit from it, and turn on notifications to ensure you never miss our upcoming videos. Your journey towards becoming silently attractive through Stoicism starts with you taking action today. So, apply these habits, share your progress, and join our community of modern Stoics striving for excellence in life. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.